All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Welcome to another episode of No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast. I'm Bobby. Fitness Talk, joined by Josh Kimmel. Another day, another Saturday talking professional wrestling with one of the best. Josh, how you doing, brother?
Pretty good, Bobby. Just want to let you know, just everything you see, this stream, this channel, it's all yours, Bobby. It's all yours. You're the boss. You're the tribal chief. I'm really thankful to be on the show every single Saturday night with you. I'm just excited to talk about the cinematic promo. I want to cut to the chase. I don't want to cut you off, but I'm just so excited because I'm fresh of seeing it. I waited until about an hour before this show to watch SmackDown or
Okay.
or parts and pieces of SmackDown. And I'm excited to talk about this. First, we have cinematic matches and now we have cinematic promos. This is going to be a new thing, and I'm excited for the future of professional wrestling.
I'm with you. And I first want to say hello to Timu for tuning in. No Holds Barred Wrestling is best for business. You're damn right. Yes, sir. Appreciate you watching, man. Hit that like and subscription, but we appreciate you tuning in and join in on the conversation. Dude, you're right. It's the future of professional wrestling, and who better, obviously, to do it than WWE? They put on a great show. I have some comments about the promo, but I love the feel of it. I love the way it started. And again, remember the John Cena Bray Wyatt match? Mm-hmm. That was well done. Undertaker Styles back in the day. What could possibly go down that WWE could do that could another cinematic match that could go down the line? But this right here is really cool. Oh, Tishka. All right, brother. Thank you for tuning in, my man. Appreciate you. In the house. He kills at the Ruckus Entertainment. Awesome, man. You get some good graphics down there. Appreciate him watching. But yeah, bro, it's really good. It's really good where wrestling is going, especially WWE. So let's get to it. You're talking about the Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes promo at the Texas Tech Stadium. Obviously, Roman played football at Georgia Tech in college. Cody, obviously, deep rooted in Georgia, the Georgia promotion, Crockett with his dad, Dusty Rhodes, and so forth. The history was there. Awesome opportunity by the WWE to take that chance to go ahead and do that opportunity. Paul Heyman directed that segment. It was revealed. Obvious. Right. Love that how involved he is. He's always so involved with Roman and Brock and anything, and obviously he's involved with Cody as well. Him and Cody are very close. So let me get your opinion first on it, on the promo, and then I'll go into it. So what did you think about the whole Cody Roman segment?
Okay, so I watched the show in clips, in YouTube clips. So not sure how they got to the promo. Just Roman Cody promo, cinematic. So I'm like, oh, heck yeah, that's the first thing I watched. I'm bringing this up because I don't know how it got there. I don't know how they got into the football stadium. That being said, I loved everything about it. At the end of the day, this is a television show. This is a TV show for entertainment purposes. This was when you go to the movie theaters or you watch TNT or TBS or USA or whatever, and you see a Lord of the Rings or something on, there's a cinematic moment. It doesn't pull us away from the performance. I thought it was great. This was everything we needed from these guys. These are the two top stars in professional wrestling today. This is your modern day Rock and Stone Cold, whatever, Hogan War, whatever you want to call it, Hogan Savage. These are the two top guys right now. And they're setting up for a third match, which they desperately need a third match to blow everything off, in my opinion. And this sets it up. And this is what you wanted, Bobby. You didn't want Mr. Tribal Chief, good guy, happy-go-lucky. He's still the heel, not a heel, but still, this is mine. This is mine. Yada, yada, yada. I'm coming back for what's mine. And then Cody, he's what I wanted. Not a pushover. He's not crying, not going, welcome back, Tribal Chief. Thank you for helping me. None of that coward stuff's going on with Cody. He's serious. This felt like a scene from, that movie. Where Al Pacino. Oh my gosh, I'm so young. Heat. There we go. There we go.
Yes, I know exactly where you're going.
This is just it feels like Heat, like a moment from Heat, like when the good guy and the bad guy meet up, but there's no violence. It's just a talk, and they both have to get the words out. This was perfect. Everything they each said was in line with the story of how Cody doesn't want to do this, but he's forced to. Roman doesn't want to do it, but he's forced to. They still hate each other. This was excellent. I don't see what they hate about this. When the broken match happened with Matt Hardy, the cinematic match had the haters and the lovers. And then what happened was WWE adopted it. They did a couple things. They did the Randy Orton and Edge match. That was pre-taped throughout the greatest match of all time. That was a pre-tape cinematic type of kind of match because it was in the back. I'm sure there's multiple takes. Then you had the Taker, and AJ Styles, like you mentioned before, and then AEW's done some of the Stadium Stampede stuff. Like this is something that they're doing now, whether you like it or not. And you better get used to it because the whole shots from the back of the arena when the wrestlers walking to the arena, that's new. That's continuing to happen. This is going to be something that we're going to see more of. And I think it's with the music. It brought me in. It would bring a viewer in. It'd bring in my wife. It'd bring in your wife. It'd bring in your boyfriend. If it brings in people that wouldn't watch it because of how dramatic it was. It looked like a movie scene, and I loved it.
Yeah, and again, you have people who will come out and say, "Man, you're watching wrestling, dude. What do you like?" They think of it as fake, and my response usually, and we said it before on the show, it's a show. It's like you're watching a soap opera or anything. If you're, anybody who complains about wrestling, oh, you're really watching wrestling, it's fake. Well, you think that CSI drama you're watching on NBC or whatever channel it's on, you think that's real? You think those are real cops? No. But this right here kind of, it's like, I like that it came outside the ring, that it kind of like they met outdoors. Now, so how they got to the stadium. Roman arrived in a motorcade. It started off with that. Roman arrived in a motorcade with a motorcade.
At the arena where they were
at the
wrestling?
stadium.
Okay.
At the stadium. He arrived at the motorcade. He walked to the center of the field. And then Cody showed up in a sports car, dressed in a suit, got out of the car, looked around, grabbed his belt, and came walking out to Roman in the middle of the field there. And we again, if you could feel the tension. I'm with you 1,000%. I've said this 100 times. I didn't want Roman coming back as a straight up baby face. No, it doesn't work. Don't do it. Anti-hero. You're going to root him on because he's going against the bloodline. But in the end, though, we remember who he is. He's the tribal chief. Eventually, once he wins that match or whenever this story is over between Solo and Cody's sitting there standing by his side, defending him, Roman's going to super punch him and then go for that belt. And that's the way it should be. And it should always be. That's how Roman should retire. The anti-hero Roman Reigns, not bad, not good, just straight up about him and the bloodline. And Cody, I loved it. Not goody two shoes. I mean, at the end of the show, he had a goody two shoes moment with KO that I found cheesy, and but he didn't do that with Roman. He told him, he said, "You're not the tribal chief. We got one." He goes, "You're not the champion. I'm the champion." And it's kind of like, damn, Cody.
Yep.
And then when Roman's like, "All right, what do you want?" And then when Roman's about to walk away, Cody steps in his way, and I thought that was cool. I liked the feel to it. At certain points, it felt forced tension. It felt like they were trying a little too hard, And the other one, I'm going to sound like I'm nagging here, but the belt. Why? Why did you need to bring the belt?
He's a champ.
In the middle of a football field, you're meeting up. That's like going, "Hey man, I want to meet up with you outside to talk about this." And then I'm going to be a dick and bring the belt just to show you while we're in the middle of this field with your motorcade and my sports car. And then you're going to walk away and I'm standing there with the belt.
Here, okay.
I thought that felt for that. I mean, I know I'm nitpicking here.
Listen,
that
if you want to
nitpick,
nitpick,
why?
If you want to nitpick, I can nitpick the hell out of it, but I'm not gonna because it was so great. But I asked you how they got there, and it was no lead up. I wish it was like open the show. Cody's open the show. I need to confront Roman. Why does he want this match? I don't trust you. I need to meet with you. Whatever. Then Roman can show up on the big screen at the stadium. Well, I'm here. Yeah. Meet me here. There's no bloodline. Just, or Cody could do the other way around. Whatever. You know how they always do that in action movies? Don't bring anyone else or whatever. Just come by yourself. Yeah. Show up with yourself. So that line could have been said. But then the whole night, is Cody going to show up? Does Roman have the, can you trust Roman? Is this a setup? Yada, yada, yada. The whole show could have been building up to this point where it's like now they're in the middle of the field because it seemed odd that it's just like, here's a segment. We got Shayna Baszler over here doing whatever the heck she's doing. I'm not saying she was doing. I don't know what it was before. But all of a sudden, then they cut into this serious moment. Then, coming up next, we got Leonardo da Vinci. whatever his name is, right? Like it just felt. I wish there was some kind of build up and anticipation, like for the viewers to stay in touch. That's all. That's all. That's my whole only concern about it. Like it
That
just
didn't
was in the
bother me
middle
as
of the
much because
show.
it was like maybe we don't know what happened before the show. Hey, I want to talk. Okay, where let's talk at the arena. No, we're gonna meet up here
Tell
at
us.
George. I get it, but
Tell
I
us.
knew that was gonna go down. I think it was reported that or announced that they were gonna meet up and it would be played. I just again came off great. Loved the back and forth.
Great.
Paul Heyman produced it, directed it, looked amazing, felt amazing. At the end, it kind of felt a little forced, and then Roman, of course, says, basically, I'm coming for you. Eventually, that's how it ended. But again, me nitpicking the belt. When he went back in the car and grabbed the belt, I'm
He's
like,
a champ.
but it's like, come on, dude, we're meeting up, dude.
If Roman was champ,
If Roman said, hey, let's say no, let's go with a friend. Let's say Randy Orton and KO are like, hey, let's meet at a Starbucks, Cody.
I'll leave the belt home.
Well, but he goes, let's meet up at a Starbucks. Now, this is a WWE segment produced by Bruce Pritchard this time. Is Roman going is Cody going in the car going, hey, man, what's up? Can you hand me my coffee? Thanks. As he's holding it. No, you're there to talk, dude. This ain't you're not in the middle of the ring where you got to hold your belt. And, I don't know. I just felt like, come on.
Okay, you might nitpick that.
It makes you look self-important. Like, you're like, I'm important.
He always does with the suits, with the big words, with his intellect, with his IQ. Like, he just thinks he's better. He's a freaking heel, man. But anyway.
I can't wait when he turns heel, whenever it does. He's not John Cena. John Cena will never turn heel, but Cody would be an epic heel. And again, maybe that won't ever happen because kids love him. There's no doubt he's a great human being with the fans, and he does everything. I'm just again, I'm not hating on him at all.
He cured racism. He did. He cured racism. He proclaimed that.
I'm sorry. That was so random.
He did.
Justin. I don't know if you were being a dick or what. You're like, yeah,
no.
He's amazing. He cured cancer. Like, what?
He cured racism. He did. Everyone knows. Everyone knows. Look it up. Google it. Who fixed racism? Cody Rhodes. That's one of the big. No, it's just a thing people say because him and Brandy, his baby, and I think he cut a promo about it. Justin can tell me about it in the chat.
Yeah, Justin, I don't remember that.
X. Just go on X right now and just search Cody Rhodes.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Autofill, and there's like a bunch of people joking about it. Like
they need to make a T-shirt. I cured racism, Cody Rhodes.
I'm telling you, it's a thing.
Cody has a beautiful family. His wife, his kid, they're and he, again, amazing human being. Every time I watch videos of him, he's always going out of his way for not just make a wish, but for fans. So that's not what that is. And again, the segment was awesome. I'm just nitpicking. If I had to, man, a little bit felt forced at the end. I love the Cody kind of getting in his way, going, listen, let me remind you who you are and who I am right now. And then of course, again, but I'm looking at the belt and going, I would have been like, dude, why don't you just leave that in the car? And you're driving around with that? Like,
you gotta show people you're the champ. I get it, man.
Cody was right there in the thick of things in the civil rights movement. Thank God for.
See,
there you go. Man. He walked with Martin Luther King. We never knew. There you go, man.
He's a national hero, man.
Holy crap! Gorguts. The champ should always have the belt. Stars supposed to look like stars and be presented as stars. I get it. In an arena, in a wrestling arena with the crowd, you come out with that belt wrapped around your waist. You're showing off, but it's like. Again, you're going to the stadium. It's empty. It's just you and him. It's supposed to be a stare down him, and we got to work this out. What can we do to take on the bloodline? We don't like each other, but let me bring out this belt because I'm going to be a dick. I'm just going to hold it right in front of you. Go, hey man, what's up? Like,
what would Roman do? I don't know. If
he would have had Paul Heyman holding it. Heyman would have got out of the other side and held it as Roman stood there talking to him.
We're all I think we were reverse roles tonight.
I know. I think so. I think so too.
Because we're all on the same page. Everyone in the chat's on the same page. I'm on the same page. Like, I don't know what you're watching, brother, but
whoa!
I can imagine.
It doesn't work for me, brother. It doesn't work.
A 15-year-old Bobby watching Hogan in a stadium with his belt. Yeah, brother. That's my champion right there, brother. Yeah, hold that belt high. But as Cody does it, it's a problem.
Oh, heaven forbid. All right, I submit. Okay, I tap out. It's okay, I guess. Justin says I liked how Roman is like we can work together for now, but yeah, exactly. I'm coming for you, and it's true. Again, that that's the Roman we need. That's Roman everybody should want.
Yes.
Is the anti-hero like this? Remember, I'm not cool with you. We're not really cool. I got your back in this match. After that, we're done.
Yeah.
And I'm coming for what's mine. I love it until The Rock comes. But yeah. So let me ask you this. The other one was, how are you feeling though about their team up? How do you feel? I don't think we ever asked about that. It's official. They're gonna go against Jacob Fatu and Solo. Do you like it that they paired him up? Is there someone else on the roster you would have rather seen Roman tag with?
No, it makes sense with Cody. I don't hate it. I actually saw it coming, and I think we all did. To be fair, I don't hate it as much as some people do. Or because I don't. You need to do these kind of things to keep the belt undefended. As in, if you defend the belt every single pay per view or PLE, it's stale. We've seen it. That formula didn't work in the past. When Roman was defending it every 3 months, we would complain, but it felt special every time.
That's
So
right.
Cody just defended it against Kevin Owens again for no reason at all. Doesn't make sense to me. So this is the next best thing for Cody. And plus, I'm telling you, it's planting seeds for the future Roman match. It's going to happen again. Probably not at Mania. Hopefully not at Mania. But it's going to happen again. They're going to have a third match because right now it's tied 1-1. They got to break the tie. And I do think it's going to be – I don't even know if it's going to be for the title, to be honest with you. I think Randy's taking the title. The more and more I think Randy's taking that title from Cody at some point. And I wanted it to be Rock so bad, but I think it's going to be Randy.
I could see that, and it's true. This goes for Cody too, because Roman tagging with Cody, that's going to rub The Rock the wrong way. Could kind of set up that feud down the line, and then Cody tagging with The Rock. Obviously, Seth Rollins comes into play. Randy Orton comes into play. Kevin Owens is definitely in play. Wouldn't be rubbed the wrong way with them after what Roman did to Kevin. Putting him out of action. Randy Orton, Seth Rollins. It's kind of like, really, dude, you did. So it's this story here. This pairing sets up months of stipulations down the line. So, and of course, sets up Cody versus Roman 3. Maybe not. I mean, I don't know. And obviously, it seems like, it should be around the corner. May not be around the corner. Maybe the next, not this WrestleMania, but the next WrestleMania. You might see Cody Roman 3. They might be trying to chase Austin Rock because Rock and Austin. Yeah, they might be trying to do that. Who is turning on Cody first, Kevin Owens or Randy Orton?
I said it
we're
last week. We're
going to talk about Kevin Owens, but we're going to talk about Kevin.
Yeah, I'll say it now. I'll just be brief with it. If it's Kevin, it'll be a disappointment. A heel turn just to lose right away. Heel turns need to mean something. So if Randy turns heel and he wins the title, he turned for something rather than I'm gonna turn just to lose to Cody. It doesn't.
Yeah, I know they're teasing Kevin Owens, and we could touch on it because we got another Kevin Owens segment or topic. But if they're teasing it, I know last night he did the whole chair thing again, and Cody looked at him, and then they hugged, and whatever, and Owens did not look like he really was happy about the hug. And I'm with you. It'd be like totally obvious. It's like it's gotten stale because it never happened. KO's a great villain. Let's be real. As a heel, he's one of the best, if not, right there as the best. Randy obviously is a whole other level, but Randy would have such a greater impact because of the relationship he has with Cody. Maybe KO turns and that's what says it. And, Randy's trying to get between them, like, hey, come on, guys, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, Randy RKO's Cody, and holy crap, here it is. Randy would be better, and it would be, how would I say? Again, we talk about stories with WWE, but they've been telling amazing stories. The best story would be with Randy Orton winning his 15th World Championship by beating his protege. And I'm sure Cody would love to kind of pay back Randy by doing that, and the story they could tell would be way better than Cody versus Roman, what they could offer. Because those two, their history, and I want to see, I would love this. The Randy I would love to see would be the one when he was with Cody. Vicious, no mercy, head kicking Stephanie McMahon, or RKA Stephanie McMahon, head kicking Vince McMahon. I want to see that Randy. That Randy's still there, but this is going to be a more vicious one, just because now he got like that muscle. He's not this skinny, whatever. Now he's like, you know what I mean? I would love to see, and then I want to see a heel Randy champion and then Cody chasing him for a little bit and going from there. Because then you could do the whole maybe Cody versus Randy at WrestleMania, and then Roman versus Rock, and then you could kind of lead, and then maybe Cody wins it at WrestleMania, and then kind of holds it again, and you kind of play around. Of course, John Cena is probably going to be on Raw more than likely that WrestleMania main event. So it's very interesting and so much implications there. So I'm with you.
So much, like so much. And I hope Kevin Owens is staying in WWE long enough to tell these stories. So can we get into that real quick?
Go ahead. Yeah, roll it out.
I don't know many details because obviously none of us do, but Kevin Owens is still not re-signed with the WWE. AEW is showing strong interest in bringing Kevin Owens into their talent. Of course they are. They want to bring every single person over there and paying them a $1 billion to just sit there and do nothing. So I'm going to ask you, Bobby, and I know I already know the answers, but I'm going to ask you, would you be interested in AEW if Kevin Steen debuted in AEW?
Would I be interested?
Would you be interested
in AEW as a whole?
Would you watch the first episode of him debuting?
No. I'd watch a segment on Twitter when I saw him come out after they've announced he's out, and then if I could see his match, I probably want to sit and watch the match because again, Kevin Steen would be his ring name at that because that's his name. Obviously pairing him up with whoever, he's gonna have a killer match. He's an amazing in-ring competitor. But no, it's not gonna make me turn the channel, not one bit. And again, you hit the nail on the head because the question is, should he go? No, he's gonna get lost. He could have a lot of, Tony Khan said it the other day, about, we have so many great wrestlers. There's a lot of dream matches still to be done. That's what they're about. They're about those type of matches. Let's just throw a bunch of guys against each other so people could talk online. Oh, what a match that was. What's the follow-up? What's the build-up? You're basically a walking video game. You're putting all the best guys against each other, and then after that, they go in and find someone else to do it. That's what's going to happen to Kevin Owens. He'll have this match here, and then he'll be some episode on some random show. I don't know what's their most random show. Is it Rampage?
Well, it's going to be. They have a new show coming out. Because Rampage is getting canceled.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, it's going bye-bye, and they have a new show called. It's just AEW. No one's gonna watch. Just name it that. No one's gonna watch. I don't know when it's gonna be on, but they're getting a new TV show.
There you go.
But Rampage is gone. I don't know when.
Would you like to see Kevin Owens, Kevin Steen in AEW?
No. There was a time I would. There was a time
maybe a revisit Steen versus Jericho 2.3.0 or whatever it is.
That's not what people want. They want them reunited with the Young Bucks and the Elite and in their whole situation that they had going on over in ROH. People live in the past. Guys, that was 10 years ago. That was 8 years ago, however long it was. It was a long time ago. And it's not drawing money. Kevin Owens is not a stupid person. He loves professional wrestling, and he wants to be in the best professional wrestling company in the world. Now, 5 years ago, when Kevin Owens was up, or 3 years ago, whatever it was, probably 3 years, Vince was still in charge, and Kevin Owens re-signed, and I was shocked. I was just blown out of my mind when Kevin Owens re-signed with the WWE. At that time, he was doing squat diddly, and Vince was still in charge. So if he didn't leave then, when things were probably at the lowest for him creatively, he's not leaving now when Triple H is there, and Triple H is one of his boys, or, that's one of the guys that he was really back behind in NXT back in the day. Kevin Owens is going to find a spot in WWE no matter what. He could be heel, he could be babyface. He's always going to be on television. If he goes to AEW, let me ask you. I'll ask you this, and anyone in the chat can answer this as well. What has Ricochet done since debuting with AEW? What has he done? Can anyone tell me?
That'd be a great question for Justin. I know he's watching, so I'll wait for him because I've seen some clips on Twitter of Ricochet, but nothing.
What's he done? He's done nothing. He's had a couple bangers on TV, but he's not involved. He's now finally involved with Will Ospreay. Finally, that's happening. But again, how long did it take him to get there? 3 weeks? That's ridiculous. When you have a main star come into your company, right away, day one, there should be a plan. Not, let's throw him in here with this guy. That's what they'll do with Kevin Owens. He'll come out, they'll throw him in a match with Okada, and then who knows what they do from there? Who knows? Who cares? He'll go against Moxley. Who cares? Nobody cares. Nobody cares in AEW. No one. It's not the Young Bucks come up. Tombstone, the owner of the company, the very next day or the very next week or whatever it was, he was on the NFL Network in a neck brace, selling the injuries. And ever since then, it's never been mentioned again on television. Their biggest angle in company history, they didn't even follow up on it. What makes you think they're going to do anything with Kevin Owens or Ricochet or Will Ospreay or anybody? They won't. They don't know how. They don't know how. And it's not a waste, Justin, because in AEW, if you don't get the matches in now, they'll be injured in the next week, and then the match will never happen. See Adam Cole and MJF.
There you go. There you go. The old Josh is back. Here it feels the back. Everything's back to normal.
Everything's back to normal.
Everything's back to normal. Saturday night main event has been announced that it will return NBC. The huge announcement. I think I saw Roman on the poster, Cody. I don't know if there was any. I don't know if it's. I'm sure it's going to be Raw and SmackDown. First off, before I get to the follow-up question, how excited are you for the return of Saturday night main event? Really?
I won't be watching. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I don't watch wrestling on Saturday nights. Not even when Collision was good. I watched it the next day. We live in an age now where we all watch. We have DVRs, and if there's any kind of college football of quality, if it's during college football season, let's be honest. If there's any kind of college football game of note, I'll be watching that. Or you should be watching No Holds Barred.
That's
because,
right.
Yeah, we'll be streaming that day. So that's a good point there too. Watch us.
Josh Mabry in the house.
What's going on, Josh?
Justin is co-host, and you got the other co-host of Ruckus Wrestling tuning in right now, Josh Mabry. Great to see you, brother.
So that's my thing. Are you excited for Saturday night wrestling in general? Even
Saturday night main event.
It's a throwback.
Early on, I am. Early on, it depends how they felt, because I was excited when it first came back a few years back when Cena was around and all that. They put on a great cards. And it really just depends. I am excited because it's Triple H, and I'm excited because right now, with the direction WWE is going, I'm hopeful of what they could do here. What's great is it's not a branded event, so this should be. Even though I wish WWE would honor the brand split where guys don't really show up on each other's shows, this show is the perfect show where we go, okay, now we get to see Cody versus Gunther. We get to see LA Knight taking on Braun Breaker. You get to see those. Hey, let's get NXT involved. Let's go ahead and get the NXT Ethan Page against Cody, and even TNA. TNA as a partnership. Then I would be excited, because now you're implementing everybody. Now you're going to get to see matches you should not have been really to get to see. I think that's probably I was just going to ask how this should be booked, and I'm already kind of rolling into it.
Yep.
If I'm booking Saturday night's main event, I'm getting everybody. I'm even calling TNA. I'm saying, okay, what can we do so that way someone like Josh Kimmel, who's like, I'm not watching that shit. I'd rather watch college football. Oh, wait, we got Nick Nemeth versus Cody Rhodes or whatever. TNA World Champion taking on the WWE Champion. Roman Reigns taking on Trick Williams or whatever. Something that's different. Something where it's like, I'm going to watch this tonight. Because if it's just, Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens taking on the Bloodline main event, a Saturday main event. No, I'm not going to watch that. No. I could see that on SmackDown, But if you're going to go Gunther versus Roman Reigns tomorrow night, on Saturday and on from Friday going to Saturday, I'm going to watch that. I'm going to tune into that. You know what I'm saying? Jordan Grace taking on Rhea Ripley, TNA versus WWE Raw because she's always facing NXT. Now I'm watching. That's what I think they should do. So let me ask you this: since you're saying like I'm not going to waste my time, I'll watch it on DVR, I'll watch highlights, or I'll follow up. What would make you, if you were the booker, they said, Josh, you're in charge of Saturday night's main event. You have free reign over all the rosters. You got TNA in your disposal too. If that was the case, you don't have to do that. You go, Bobby, I'm not worried about them. Not worried about. I'm doing this. How would you book Saturday night's main event that it would make someone like you go, I'm going to watch it. I have to watch it tonight.
Okay, so I will preference this with what's got me spoiled on Saturday Night Wrestling is AEW Battle of the Belts or Saturday Night Collision or all these spin-off shows that aren't the main roster shows, and they always end up just being wrestling matches. And wrestling matches that are predictable. It was like, just take AEW for example. It's going to be the World Heavyweight Champion Bryan Danielson versus Mystico. Oh, okay. Like, why would I waste my time watching this match? So I think the matches have to be storyline driven main event matches. Now this coincides with what you want, which is like brand splits and this person versus like matchups we won't get. I want blow off matches. I want matches that mean something. Like if you threw in a Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk in a dog collar match for like the final or the hell, like if there's no bad blood, let's just take that out. There's no bad blood. This feud's been going on. We're gonna have the blow off match at Saturday Night Main Event. That would make me watch it. Matches that matter to the story, to the television that I'm watching. I don't really care to see Cody Rhodes versus Gunther in a throwaway match. It doesn't really appeal to me unless there is a story going into it why they're wrestling. You have to tell me why. You have to, and there has to be a follow-up on it. Gunther, get on the mic. Saturday night, I heard it's open challenge. I heard it's brand open. I can wrestle anyone I want. So why doesn't someone come over here and challenge me? Because I'll be anybody, whether it be SmackDown. It has to mean something. And then there has to be a little program. Cody Rhodes comes out. I'm the champion. You're the champion. I say we go ahead and see who's the top dog. It needs to mean something. You can't just throw in Nick Nemeth versus Joe Hendry and go, watch this. Well, why? I get that in AEW. If I wanted just a banger of a match, I already get that on my Wednesday night television. My Saturday night used to have story with CM Punk on Collision. I want that again. I would still be watching Collision today, not Saturday night, but I'd still be watching the next day if CM Punk was there and there was story and they were doing the FTR versus, the Bullet Club Gold at the time matches. They're not doing that anymore. It's just Moose guy versus this guy and whoever wins, wins. And we don't remember it at all. And I don't want that. I don't want throwaway matches. I need story.
I think that's fair. And I'm not going to disagree with you or anything of that nature. And I understand where you're coming from with throwaway matches. I will say though, like, if you remember back in the day, ECW, when it started, before it became kind of the WWE gimmick of it wasn't ECW anymore. It was just a brand. But when they had the big show as the champion, and each show he defended the title against somebody, you had Ric Flair, and that to me was fun. I was like, oh, who's going to show up and face him? And obviously this is not a brand. So I get that. And I think, that's an interesting concept, to say, hey, have him show up the day before. And the thing is, I'll take this, you're saying, you don't want it to be AEW because of AEW. It won't be AEW if they do something like that because it's WWE. WWE produces so much better. They make things so much better. I mean, and this is WWE on NBC. So they're going to try to put the banger match because they want the viewership to stay up. So people are coming back on Saturday night to watch it. Because if you're seeing, like you said, you brought this up 100 times, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, every day there's another wrestling show on. What's going to make Josh Kimmel, who's like, man, I just don't want to see anything, say, no, I have to watch Saturday. This is not a PLE, but I'm going to watch this. I agree with Justin. It has to feel like a PLE. Has to make, they definitely should make it feel special, where every weekend you're going, hey man, if there's not a game on that I got to watch, because I'm with you, I'm watching football over anything. I may watch the whatever match intrigues me, but I'm not going to walk away from University of Miami, or anything like that for this. I walked away from it for this. I'll walk away from you, but for Josh, man, every day of the week, no holds barred, all day. I'll get back to it. I know we're winning. I hope we're winning. Let me double check.
While you're checking that, I wanted to add this, and this is something that I thought about when you were talking. The matches, they have to be like PLE feelings. Matches that don't make the PLEs, like a Braun Breaker versus Sami Zayn, like a Braun Breaker versus just name in Braun Breaker versus whoever because he doesn't make the PLE. Or for example, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, they're gonna have a blow-off match when they eventually turn heel. That's not a typical PLE match. That could be a perfect Saturday night main event type match because it means something. Throw in those matches, the matches that aren't the big ones. Because WWE is going to 6-card matches, so are PLEs. So they're very limited of who could be on these PLEs. If we see it all the time, we're like, oh, that match should have been
That's
there.
true. Yeah, the matches that aren't on the PLE or won't be, put them on Saturday Night Main Event. And that's a good save too, because if obviously, like, oh, okay, we got Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan. Oh, they won't be at bad. Not saying it won't, but let's say it's not going to be Bad Blood. They're going to face off at Saturday Night Main Event in the main event of that show. Okay, now we're going to watch it because we know the story here.
Yep.
I like that. See, I could. Then I could compromise, and the Hurricanes are winning 14-12. It's not, I don't like the score, but I'm happy we're still winning. I walked away. There was an interception, a stupid ass interception that pissed me off. So, I'm just like, but Timu says, even Ricochet, I'd like to hear tell us what he wants to do in AEW, why he's there, and what he wants to accomplish, etc. He just has matches. Yay. Exactly. Yeah. I agree with that. That's what people were complaining. Oh, WWE's not using him. All he does is little matches here and there, and then he's not even. That's what he's doing in AEW. Mm-hmm. It's all he's doing, and again, it's like that's why it's hard for me to get excited for anyone going into AEW. I mean, again, unless I said this, and Shane McMahon. If Shane McMahon showed up and it wasn't like just a TV role, which of course he would because of who he is. But if it was like, hey, he's going to be involved, creative, whatever, that might get my attention where I go, oh, let me see what impact he's going to have. Because obviously every time I turn it on, I get drawn out very quick. It's hard for me to stay watching, and I really want to.
I have a feeling he's going to show up. And I have a feeling it's going to be revealed that Vince owns AEW now. And that's why the booking is so bad. I really do believe it's going to happen. Like, that's what the meeting was. Shane was there to buy the company from Tony. Vince is running it now. Creative is so bad. It's just beyond bad. That's what we're going to find out. Vince now runs AEW because look at the nonsense we have to watch. Remember when Vince was doing rematches? Like, not even like the Carmelo Hayes kind of rematches where it means something. He was just having Escobar versus this guy for 8 matches in a row, 8 Monday nights in a row. And that's what we're getting in AEW, just nonsense. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm back. No, that's fair. There you go.
I'm back.
Old school Josh. And Mabry's watching, so he's like, oh, here we go again. Yeah. Talking about Vince McMahon. I keep getting the notification every time I go into Netflix that the Vince McMahon documentary is coming. It should be here. So I forgot what day exactly it should be.
It's Wednesday.
Wednesday night?
27th, right? I think it's the 27th Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay. And so this is huge. I know that they're going to talk about the allegations, etc., what's going down. But I know the accuser is not involved in this, but they will talk about it. They're going to talk about a lot of things. But let me ask you this. And hopefully the answer is yes, because I would like to do some shows on it. But do you plan on watching it, and how excited are you to see it?
The first question is, do you plan on buying Netflix?
Oh, okay.
I've had Netflix since Stranger Things season 1. I canceled it right after that terrible episodes. Honestly, no, honestly, this world, I still have cable. I'm old. So I don't really have the need to stream everything. It is what it is. If it's on Netflix exclusive, I don't get to watch it. I don't care about it either. There's nothing on Netflix that I care about to even buy. Now I have to because of Raw, and I will because of Raw, unfortunately. So do I have to buy this crap earlier? Is there any does anyone have a password? I'm just kidding. I will buy Netflix probably Monday. So yes, I can watch this, and then I will be sticking around with Netflix for the rest of my life. Just like I have to do for football on Prime.
I'm with Justin. I'm the same. I've had Netflix forever, and so I'm set. I mean,
I had Netflix when there were discs, people. I was the person sending discs back and forth. I used to have Netflix. Then they changed the rating formula. That made me so upset. And then the whole original content was so bad, I had to cancel. There was no need for it anymore. But that's just my opinion.
There's a lot of stuff, I do. I'm glad I still have Netflix. There's a new show there that I want to see, a new comedy, but obviously the McMahon documentary, which I will watch. I'm excited to watch. I'm glad that you will see it. And and there's some other stuff that's on there. A huge thing I'm a fan of is Unsolved Mysteries. I grew up on Unsolved Mysteries, and they got the new show on there. Of course, Robert Tack, right? Or Robert, I forgot his last name, but anyway, the old host, he's gone now. He passed away, but they tribute him in the music. I always loved it. I could jam out to the music. I'll be driving to work and I have that playing blast. You know, the whole I just love that shit. Creeps me out. So that's one of the shows I watch on there. So I'm excited, and I can't wait for WWE to get in on there and what they could possibly bring to Netflix in regards of content other than Raw. Robert Stack, thank you, Justin. Thank you. That show I used to watch at night. My son really got into it because when he obviously I don't let him watch, the whole kidnapping, all that stuff. But they had an episode where they were talking about the oh my goodness. Oh, Josh, you gotta help me here. He's in Chicago flying the Mothman.
A Mothman.
They had an episode on the Mothman, which was it was a continuation of the episode with Robert Stack way back in the day. And then so they did, and now it's recent, and how he's around only in this certain area in Illinois. And man, I even though it was like a reenactment, creeped me the hell out the way they did it. So I told my son, I said, you gotta watch. So now he's like, when's Unsolved Mysteries coming back? I was like, all right, chill, dude. He's really into all that. We went to this plantation out here in Nashville. It's where the bloodiest battle in the Civil War happened, and in Franklin. And we went out there in the middle of the night. That wasn't the middle of the night. It was just turned dark. My daughter was freaking out. She's like a chicken, even though she wanted to come. Also, she's like, can I go home? I was like, no, dude, we just got here. And we're taking pictures and all this. And all of a sudden, I swear to you, is no joke. I started hearing, it was like far away. First, I did a lap around because you're not supposed to be there after sunset. And I was like, do you see anybody around? If anybody shows up, we'll say, oh, we'll come back tomorrow. I just wanted to show them this place. And nobody was there. It was completely, no pun intended, dead, So pulled up, parked, went walking in the grass, took some pictures. My phone makes it a little lighter out so you can see everything. And anyway, as we're walking, I'm like, make sure if you see anybody, let me know, at least, so, okay. All of a sudden we hear like a ooh, like far away, like it sounded like somebody on a loudspeaker. And I was like, wait, what the fuck is that? Here. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And but it was no one around. So I can't say what it was, but after that, my daughter was done. She's like, Daddy, I'm shaky, please. All right, get back in the car. But anyway, my son's now into all that, so that's why he wants to go back at night. He's like, can we go later in the dark? So
our paranormal steps. I love talking this stuff with you. Yeah. So I'm not gonna talk paranormal, but I'm gonna probably watch that when I get Netflix. But I do want to bring this up about Netflix in general. They're doing a good job getting wrestling fans transition into Raw. I don't think the McMahon documentary coming out at the same time or before Raw is a mistake. They definitely did that for reasons. And the TV show Heels is on Netflix now. And I know that's another strategic move because let's get these wrestling fans in here early. Because I've always wanted to watch that show. That's another reason why I'm going to buy Netflix early because I want to watch that show.
Heels. I watched the first couple episodes because it was like a free Stars event. But I never could have continued it because obviously I'm not paying for Stars. I'm already paying for like HBO. And now that it's on Netflix, I'm like, okay, great. Now I know I can't watch it with the kids around, so I got to be strategic about watching it. But still, it's a great show. Stephen Amell, right? Is that
Stephen Amell? Yep.
He's obviously a big fan of professional wrestling. He's great. I know CM Punk's in it. AJ Lee's in it. So I'm excited about watching that. I just love, and you're right. It's totally strategic. And I agree. I don't think the Vince McMahon doc is going to hurt WWE in any way or form. Because I think WWE was very a part of get this out now, because in the end, they're going to say he's no longer a part of the WWE. We moved on. I think from everybody from, God dang it. What's the TKO? I'll say, right? Because I'm trying to remember. Endeavor. Thank you. Yep. I think they totally pushed, hey, we got to get this out. Hey, Paul,
Well, it was directed by the Tiger King guy and Bill Simmons. I don't think WWE has any kind of hand in it.
Well, there's a lot of interviews in there. I wonder if McMahon was participating in it before he got ousted and they just continued with it. That's what I'm very intrigued to see, because it shows clips of him talking.
Well, I don't know who produced. I don't know. I'm totally clueless until I watch the first episode. That's what I'll know, because I don't want to do much research. I don't like doing research into these things before I watch them. So I want to be surprised. I want to know. I don't want to know, oh, he's in here. Oh, we're going to hear from Ric Flair or whoever. I want to know whenever I do watch it. So That's not a cop out. That's the truth. I
what I
to go
like
in
though is
cold.
that WWE's not involved in it as much. I don't think it's a Netflix, and like you said, technically, that they're going to go over every little detail, everything that's slimy, everything that's great, everything because we know the impact he's had on professional wrestling, but we don't really know what's behind the scenes. We heard rumors, but I think we're gonna learn a lot of things about McMahon and that, and obviously we're gonna hear at the end. And I think just like we did with maybe not what we did with WCW with the series, the miniseries. We're gonna do that for this show. We're gonna talk, relive every episode, just kind of going over every little detail, and the great impact. But anywho, that about wraps it up, my man. Any final thoughts for tonight?
Wrestling's great. Netflix, I'm coming your way tonight. Probably gonna download you. I know I'm like the only person. I promise you, when I tell people I don't have Netflix, they think I'm joking. They really do, because it's like a thing where it's like everyone has it now. It's the number one. I don't know if it's number one anymore, but I'm excited to get back on Netflix and watch Raw. I'm not excited about this news, and we didn't even talk about it. SmackDown, if you go to 3 hours, you mother effers. If you go to 3 hours. No, yeah. I don't want to spend more time talking about it. But if you go to 3 hours, I don't watch you now. I don't watch you now at the 2 hours on Friday night. Don't go to 3. 3's a mistake. You're going to be missing out. You're going to lose a lot of viewers. I'm just saying.
Well, I know Josh and Justin talked about it a little bit on their show, at least from what I saw. And Josh brought up a great point we talked about Kevin Nash last week, but Nash brought up how when he was booking WCW, how Thunder was such a pain because you had to, I think I hit something here. He had to, he explained everything was on the big board. And he said how, you're booking here, but then you got to go here. The only difference is that it's a brand split. You're not worried about this group of guys. You're worried about these guys. But 3 hours is a lot to book, and that much time with those guys on there. I agree. I don't think it should be 3 hours. Stick to 2. Same thing with Raw. Leave it like that. And then if you want, do an extra show in the week if it's that important to have an extra hour, but not 3 hours. Not 3 hours. It's too much wrestling at that point.
That's all I got.
All right. That's Josh Kimmel. I'm Bobby Melendez. Appreciate you all watching. We'll see you here next Saturday. Good night, everybody.